everybody. I was here in Mojave on my lunch break. Pulled into the old Kieffe Sons pre-owned lot to eat me some chili cheese fries. I thought I'd take this opportunity to do a little piece on Kieffe Sons Ford. You can see behind me. And this is in Mojave. This is the second place I ever bought a new car. I bought my 1985 Thunderbird here. And when I was a kid, this was Bob Kieffe Ford. There was this one here, there was one in Roseman and one in Tehachapi. There may have been some somewhere else, I'm not sure, but I know those three existed. And they were very friendly, good service. I knew the guy that ran the service department here for years, was one of my best friends' dad, Leroy Thompson, and later on I had a buddy named Ron Johnson that worked here. He worked here when I bought my Thunderbird. But Bob Kieffe opened his dealership in 1956, and it just recently closed. So deserted now, you can see. Kind of sad. Mojave's economy hasn't done that well in the last decade or so. Sorry for the wind. Can't be helped in Mojave, but this lot right here is where they kept the new cars. And anyway, this is where my Thunderbird sat when I drove by and saw it one day and thought, boy, I sure do like those. And the next weekend I saw Bill Elliott kicking ass in a NASCAR race in a Thunderbird. I said, I gotta go get one. And so I came here, Kieffe Sons Ford, bought my car from a salesman named Jess Valadez. So let's walk around here a little bit and see what's around. Now, this dealership sits right on Sierra Highway here in Mojave. Let's look at the south, the other is north. There's the old service sign, and you pulled your car in here. I never knew what to think about the parking lot for their service department being bigger than the lot they put their new cars on, which was right here. But I only had to bring my Thunderbird in one time after I bought it. One of the struts had an issue, and brought it here, dropped it off one afternoon, and the next afternoon they called me and said they just went ahead and replaced both the struts. That was the showroom. I really don't know if I ever remember seeing any cars in there. That was one of the entrances to the service department. Back here, as I said, I only had to use them one time, and they did an excellent job. Jess gave me a really good deal on my car when I bought it. And it was one of the best cars I ever owned, that 85 T-Bird. Hauled ass, handled well, and looked good. And I drove it, I put about 180,000 miles on it. Never really had any trouble with it. Little transmission stuff, but nothing major. And then gave it to my daughter, Cassie, who never drove it. Never got her driver's license until she was about 20. Ended up giving it to a friend of mine named Phil Silva. He's passed away now. He got it for his son Travis, and Travis still thanks me for it every time he sees me. Anyway, well, let's walk around the other side and see what's out. One more thing is, that's where the big giant Ford sign sat. I wasn't sure what happened to it, but there's a bike shop out on Sierra Highway south of Mojave, and I noticed they have a big giant Ford sign in their place now, so I'm wondering if they didn't buy that from them or work out some deal, or maybe if somebody that worked here actually owns that business out there, but I think that's where it went. Over on the other side of the building now, see, that's where the sales office, well, that's fancy, isn't it? It's really a shame that these places like this close in these small towns. It's a shame their economies go south. there's the parts, and down there's the pre-owned vehicle sign, and this is the lot where they kept their used cars, and they usually had a pretty good selection of them. But again, it's sad that the economy's dwindled, but the airport actually has a lot of businesses. General Electric's over there, the SpaceX Scaled Composites, no, it's Virgin Galactic, something like that. But the one that Rattan and Branson own is here. They do a lot of test flight over here, a lot of avionics work, and surprised the tweakers haven't came and made off with this stuff. But this was the parts office here, parts counter, whatever you want to call it. And then that building over there was the business office. And that's about really all there was to Kieffe Sons Ford. It wasn't a big dealership, but it lasted for over 50 years. And as I said, it's a damn shame that it's gone, but it is. I don't know about the ones in Roseman. The one in Tehachapi closed many years ago, closed while I still lived up there in the 90s. And Ran Kieffe ran that one. But anyway, that is a little walk around of the now defunct Kieffe Sons Ford in Mojave, California. And an airplane flying over. Well, that will conclude the little 5-minute walk around of the now defunct Kieffe Sons Ford dealership in Mojave, California. And I know it wasn't much, but like I said, I hate to see places like this go down the tubes, but it is what it is. Mojave hasn't done anything but decline over the last 20 years or so, and this kind of stuff's inevitable. But anyway, it was good while it lasted. I'd like to thank them for selling me a car they gave me a good deal on and fixing it quickly when I brought it in. And I hope all the people who worked here found gainful employment quickly and are doing well. All right, we'll see y'all later.